Hello and welcome to a new edition of my YouTube channel. I forgot what the name of the thing was. It used to be called What's Tim Doing This Week? I think it's whatever. If you're a subscriber, you know what it's called. It basically surrounds the whole world of comic books and making comics and my journey as a comic book creator and writer. And I decided that this is going to be a year roundup and a Happy New Year kind of celebration, and a talk about a commitment to different things I'm going to emphasize for the upcoming year. First thing I want to get out of the way is I'm in the middle of a fundraising campaign on Kickstarter. The link will be in the description, of a brand new comic book series, a 6-part series that I'm working on. Part 1 I'm attempting to finance on Kickstarter. It's called Kill the Messenger. I might have I might have mentioned it on a few other videos on this channel, but to reiterate, it's a story about a girl, a bike messenger. It's set in the past, in the 1980s. She gets mixed up in some crime elements. She's an innocent person herself, but she has to find a way to, kind of like the protagonist in Mayfield 8, her name in Kill the Messenger, her name is Tabitha. Tabitha needs to, find a way to stay one head of the trouble of the mob and whatnot in 1980s Boston. I think it's a really good comic book. I'm nearly completed with it. I got 9 more pages to fully ink and color. The story's all written up, and I'm going to send this out to the printer if it funds on Kickstarter. Again, the link is in the description. I have up on the screen here the Kickstarter page. Currently not doing too well. I have to raise $1,900 by the end of this week. Right now I'm at $752. A fun little thing is I made these fake Polaroids. She's a bike messenger, but I also gave her a side gig for one summer as a concert, rock concert laborer. Somebody who lays out all the cable, sets all the the cases and opens them up, adjusts the lights, gets on ladders and stuff like that. And so she walks around with this Polaroid Instamatic camera, which they had back in the 80s, and she snaps off whenever she can because she's cute and she's young and a girl, and she uses her charm to just briefly get a picture with famous celebrities that throw concerts in and around Boston or the New England area in the 1980s, 1987 to be exact. So the first person that chooses a physical product, not a digital, so the comic book or the comic book plus the calendar or whatnot, look at the Kickstarter, you can pick that out. We're at 752. First person that puts this campaign 800 or over will get Tabitha snapping off a picture of her and Madonna. And I think these are really cool. In the future we got others coming up. I'm not going to name names, but if you could guess who that one is, hint, message of love. Okay. Anyway, yeah, they'll be up and coming as soon as we reach certain goals, like 800, 1,000, 1,200, as we march closer and closer to that $1,900 goal, which I have to hit that on midnight Saturday night California time this week. So they always say Kickstarter is kind of flat in the middle. I had a good beginning, had a big whale of a backer cancel, so that put a kind of a black eye in the campaign. But we will see if this does indeed make its funding all the way to the end on midnight Saturday. And they say, a lot of the funding comes on the front end and the back end, and right now we're in the middle, like the dead zone. And that's something that I have to pull through. I'm also working on, on the Kickstarter site itself, I have these just mock-ups, these dummies made of the variant covers of this comic book. It'll have the regular cover and then 2 variant covers. What that means is the insides are the same, but the cover is a special, like, limited small run. The cover is different. I did that before in other comic books. I did a form. I put it to a vote as to which ones to go with, and with the regular cover, she's on her bike. The variant covers are going to be a party in somebody's basement where she's dancing away with her friends, and then the second variant is going to be her confronting the mob with trying to be safe. She's holding a gun, but she's holding it like behind her back, so as a precaution. And those are the 2 variant covers that I'll be unfolding, launching, showing to the public, presenting to the public later this week as they get done. So anyway, with this Kickstarter that's going to be ending this week, I kind of segue into the subject of this video. What I want to do from year 2026 for this year on through, and I think that the subject is it's something of like a New Year's resolution, or for me it'd be kind of an adjustment, looking back on the past of this previous year. And I found that that the one thing that was really lacking, and I think maybe a lot of you watching this will feel the same about your lives, is that I kind of lost track of the structure of my life. In addition to this comic book, I had a comic strip centering around these characters, and I had to kind of put that on hiatus while working on the Kickstarter fundraising platform for making money for this comic book in order to pay for the printer and all that, which is okay, but it's really abandoning this idea of slowly building an audience bit by bit. So I think that is one major change that I'd like to affect in 2026, to just be a little more consistent, try not to miss deadlines, and try to what small audience I do have, build on that. Second is consistently building ad campaigns and getting the attention of an audience, and working with fulfilling all of that. Okay, I've ran a few campaigns here and there, but that really has to be a kind of woven into the fabric of my my behavior from here on out. I always have a really serious problem with navigating through the ins and outs of Facebook, all the rules and everything, and it is extremely frustrating to think that you put together an ad and you hit the publish button and that's it, but it's not it, because there's a snag somewhere, and then you try to go back and find the campaign that you think that you've launched, and you can't find it anywhere in the list of everything in your ads manager. I got so frustrated that I just simply deleted everything and started over. It was like my 3rd or 4th attempt at getting this one ad campaign going for the Kickstarter. And so that's something that I'm going to focus more on in 2026 to become more comfortable with publicity and working with Facebook, and really getting more and more comfortable with its interface. It's the same with everything that I've ever taken up, whether it's spreadsheets or with Photoshop or anything related to computer technology. I get really frustrated at first, and I think it's not worth the effort, but then I start to get in the habit of finding a few small things that are consistent that I can work on. Like, for example, I don't use every single tool that's available in Photoshop, but I do use like 8 or 9 tools consistently every day, and it's like second nature to me now. So, hopefully in the future the Facebook ads will be easier to accomplish. So that'll be another plank that I'm trying to focus on. And then lastly, which is kind of contradictory to what I just said. I'll try and up the quality of my work. And I had the sensation that while trying to hit deadlines, I kind of cut a few corners. Things aren't quite as well polished as they could be. Comparing my work to other artists' work, I look at other comic books and it's like, oh my God, compared to this person, that person, I have a long ways to go as far as quality, as far as understanding the human figure, and composition and readability and how pages scan and images like for illustration or ads. And so I'm going to try and work on the quality more. So I guess if you had to boil it down, quality, consistency, and publicity, the ad thing, the interface, those three things I'm going to try for 2026 to be a little more consistent on. Like on my computer, the landing page for Google, which is the browser that I like to use, Chrome, the browser I like to use, is the calendar. And I think that's a good choice to make. And I think maybe it's a choice that maybe some of you could look into if you want to make on your browser, your landing page, your calendar, especially if you're using Google. I don't know what they call it, but the calendar for Google is really useful for me. Just kind of laying everything out that should be happening up in the future. And yeah, a lot of times I'm forced to move things around a little bit because I'm running out of time. Like for example, this video, that's the blue stuff right here each week. In a perfect world, I would be making next week's video right now, the raw clips, and then I would be editing it, last week's raw clips right now to publish a video. So that's another thing that's consistent every Sunday to try to get this kind of stuff, this material out to you. And that, that's one thing that that I would like to focus on. In the comments, again, this is a kind of a short video for me. It's like maybe 15, 20 minutes long, but in the comments, I'd like you to submit to me what your vision of personally what you for 2026 is going to be, what things you're going to emphasize, what things you're going to cut out. And I'd like to hear what you say in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this. Once again, to finish on this, my Kickstarter is up and running. We're at 752 right now. Kill the Messenger. Number one is called The Drop. Okay, it's going to be a 6-part comic book, and I'm trying to raise $1,900 by Saturday night. I'm at 752 at the instant I'm recording this video on a Sunday night. Sunday, January 4th. And wish me luck. I hope that you have a prosperous and happy 2026 yourselves. And I will see you, like I promised, next Sunday. Thank you.